Hello everyone, and welcome to part 2 of our hall bathroom makeover. So this is what the bathroom is currently looking like. If you missed part 1, go back and watch that, because in that video we installed this wood ceiling and we love how that turned out. It gave us a lot of inspo for what direction we wanted to take this bathroom. So the first thing we'll be working on today is some demo. In part 1 I asked if we should remove the tile, and the vote was 100% remove the tile. I don't think there was one person that said to keep it, and we agree. So that tile is getting removed today, and we are planning to do something different on this entire wall. And we're also taking out the countertop and sink because this is a laminate countertop and we were wanting to swap it for a granite countertop. We have already had some issues with a little swelling on the one side, so just want to swap it out for something that will last forever. There is going to be a lot happening in this video. We'll be making a lot of progress on this bathroom, so we hope that you enjoy it. We love how the bathroom is looking. The accent wall turned out awesome, so stick around to see all of that progress. Right after we finished the demo, there was a huge storm blowing in, and ahead of it was a wall of dust. This was probably over a month ago, towards the beginning of our monsoon season, and since then we have had so many storms, some of them being pretty crazy, but we're so thankful for all of the rain because our area definitely needed it. Our fence isn't looking so great. When we got that really strong wind, we heard it snap and fall over out here. This post completely broke. Then the next one is starting to break, and we've got 2 panels down. So earlier today I stained all of these boards, and these are for the bathroom ceiling, but when the storm started blowing in we had to quickly move these boards inside because the rain blew all the way up here to the back door. And now that the storm's over, I wanted to lay all these boards back out to finish completely drying. They are still a little bit damp in spots, and I want them to be completely dry before I put on that final sealer. This morning I just mixed up my energy for the day, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about this. So this is a coffee alternative called Nandaka from Peak, and a big thank you to Peak for sponsoring today's video. A few months ago I stocked my coffee bar with these coffee alternatives, and this Nandaka helps with energy, metabolism, hormonal and microbiome support, and it's crafted with great ingredients that are sourced from around the world. So to mix this up, I just do 1 packet into my cup, and then I add 10 ounces of hot water, and then I like to froth it using the frother from Peak. This is creamy and it kind of tastes like a spiced hot chocolate, but I like to make it even creamier by adding a bit of frothed milk. So this drink has a lot of awesome benefits like curbing sugar cravings, easing bloating, and because of the slow release of caffeine from these probiotic teas, you won't get a crash or jitters like you would get from coffee. So if you're looking for a great coffee alternative with a lot of awesome benefits, click my link down below to try out Nandaka, and you'll get 15% off of Nandaka and also a free rechargeable frother and a free glass cup. Hello everyone, so we are in town this morning and we've got all of the kids with us. We're going to be doing some shopping for this bathroom makeover, and we are going to be looking at some countertops, some backsplash. There was a few listings on Facebook Marketplace of some countertop remnants, so we're hoping that they'll have one that'll fit our bathroom countertop and we can hopefully save some money that way. But we'll just be taking you along on our day today, and hopefully we can find something by the end of the day. So at Lowe's, we were just kind of browsing, trying to get ideas of what we could put in this bathroom, and we did briefly look at the countertop, but we are definitely just going to be going with the remnants because that ended up saving us a lot of money. Jalen also had to get quite a few 2x4s for the chicken barn and some other things for that barn as well. So once we got all that loaded up, we headed over to lunch, and then we are going to head to Floor and Decor, and we were hoping to get some inspiration there as well and hopefully find something for this bathroom. They recently built this new Floor and Decor in Tucson, and it is massive. There is so many options. They have a lot of great displays set up at the front of the store, but it can get very overwhelming to walk into this store. But it's definitely a great place to go if you want to have a ton of options, and that's why we walked into here, because we were trying to get inspiration and we knew they had a lot of options in Floor and Decor, and we were hoping one of those options would stand out to us. We were looking for something that was a little bit more of an organic material, maybe a brick or a stone, but as you'll see here in a few minutes, we did not end up purchasing anything. Good morning everyone. Today we are back home. We're going to be working on the bathroom, but first I just wanted to sit down and catch you up really quickly on what has happened over the last week. First off, that trip to town was kind of stressful because we didn't really have a plan. We kind of had an idea of what we were looking for, but we were just going to browse around and see if we could find something that was going to work, but we just couldn't really find anything. We couldn't really decide what we wanted to do. We would come up with an idea of what we were going to do, like we had gotten those sheets of the faux brick, and we even bought them, put them in the back of the truck. We thought that was what we were going to do, and then we started doing more research and realized that's not what we should put in a bathroom, and we wanted to try and pick something out that day because it's over an hour drive into Tucson. So we just learned that, especially when we have all three kids with us, we need to have like an exact plan when we go on a big shopping trip like that. So we decided to just come back home. I was going to come up with a plan on the computer that night. We were going to have to come back into town anyway to pick up that countertop. The countertop place closed at 4 o'clock, so we weren't able to go and look at the remnants, but he was able to send me pictures of all of the remnants that he had available, and there was one that was perfect, so we told him to just go ahead and cut it. We sent him a template, and it was only $400 for that granite countertop, which is such a good price because we had priced it out at Lowe's and it was going to be right around $1,000 if we would have gotten it brand new and picked out a slab and all of that. So we're definitely going to always be looking for remnants when we do future bathroom makeovers, because when you just need one smaller slab like that and it's not for a whole kitchen, you can definitely just go and get a remnant and save a lot of money. So Jalen went and picked up that countertop the other day, and then he also picked up a order of stone from Floor Decor. We did pick out a stone online, and then I just placed a pickup order for the stone, the mortar, the grout, everything that we would need. So it did end up working out in the end. We were able to go and walk through the store and see everything and then come back home, make a decision at home, look through what they had online, and just place a pickup order. Now, we have never done a project with a stone like this before, so it's going to be kind of interesting. We're a little bit nervous. We're hoping it turns out okay, but this stone is really going to give that look that we were going for. We're going for an organic look in this bathroom, kind of a southwest. I'll go ahead and show you the mood board that I came up with, but it's definitely going to be a huge job to get these stones on that wall. We went ahead and started last night, but we had to stop and we'll just start again here this morning. We did have to put concrete board on the wall, so he went and purchased a 1/4 inch concrete board to attach into the studs in the wall. First, we thought we were going to have to remove all of the drywall and replace it with concrete board, but that was going to be such a huge mess and a huge job. But thankfully, after some research, we realized we can just get 1/4 inch concrete board and attach that into the studs in the wall. These stones are just very heavy and you don't want to be applying them directly to the drywall. They need to be going onto a concrete board. He got half of that concrete board up last night and we got the first piece of stone, and now we're going to continue on today, and this might end up being a couple day or a couple week project. We're just not sure because, like I said, we've never worked with this material before and it's very heavy. It's probably going to take a little while to dry. So we shall see how this goes. Come along with us as we try and figure this out, and hopefully it all turns out okay and ends up looking great.
Putting it on plenty thick. I think with this stone, for as heavy as it is, I'm not sure how we're going to do it when we get over to that area where there's no countertop to hold it up. I might have to like cut some boards or something, yeah.
So I asked Jalen if he wanted to do this voiceover because he's the one who installed all of this stone, but he just gave me a rundown here to share with you guys of any tips that he would have, the process, and how it all went. So the first step was to mix up the mortar, and he had purchased that mortar at Floor & Decor, and it is made specifically for heavier materials like this. And he tried to mix up the mortar in small batches at a time. That way he wasn't in a hurry and didn't feel rushed that he had to get this stone up quickly before the mortar in his bucket dried out. So when he was ready to put it on the wall, he would apply the mortar to the wall and also the stone. This stone came in sections. As you can see, it's one section per box, and the stone is glued to a piece of wire mesh, but sometimes he would have to cut that wire and separate the pieces when he was trying to go around the window or up around the shower, different areas like that. But most of the time he could leave it all as one piece, which was nice. And because it's so large, the install did go fairly quickly. For the most part, he said it was easy to work with. The only downside is that the pieces of stone are so heavy, so just keep that in mind that they will be heavy and awkward to work with.
What? I'm afraid of that. What? My wiring isn't very long.
I've been starting to collect decor for this bathroom, and I wanted to show you one of the things that I purchased at Hobby Lobby, and that is this 3-piece canvas wall decor set. I was able to order it on hobbylobby.com. It was 50% off, and I think this is just going to really help to pull that room together. I'm planning to put it on that far left wall. And then we also recently got the faucet and the sink as well. We went with a concrete stone looking sink, and then we have this beautiful black faucet from Vigo. I'll give you a quick peek at this faucet and then also the sink. Just a really beautiful, sleek, modern looking faucet that should go well with the style of this bathroom. So he worked at this over the course of several days. He could only work one row at a time because the stone is so heavy. He wanted that first row to be completely dry before putting the next row up on top of it. Once all of the stone is installed, we will be using a grout that is almost the same color as the stone, so it should all just blend together and look really awesome in the end. We're actually trying to copy what they did for the display at Floor & Decor. They had someone come in and put this stone on a large display, and they did grout between the stone and sealed it and everything, and so Jalen just purchased everything that they had used, the same grout, the same sealer, so that sealer will slightly change the color of the stones, and we should have a little bit of variation going on with the stones once you have that sealer over it. Just kind of gives it that wet look. There was a few times where he would have to cut this stone, and how he did it is that he would cut about halfway through and then tap it with a hammer to break it. That way the stone would have a little more of a natural edge instead of just having this perfectly cut edge. He just did an awesome job on this, and he said it was actually a lot easier than working with tile, because with tile you're trying to get everything to look just perfect and spaced out evenly, but with this stone it doesn't really have to look perfect. That's the whole point. It's supposed to look natural and organic, so that definitely made the process a little bit less stressful. Now we are putting all of this nice stone around a plastic tub insert, but it's all about balance. It would have looked really cool to have a complete stone shower, but that would have been a lot of upkeep. I do really love having a tub shower insert in here just because it is so easy to clean compared to tile. So we just decided to leave it in here. You won't hardly see it anyway because I'll be hanging a really pretty shower curtain up pretty high on the wall, and so that will cover up most of the tub, but it really doesn't look that bad with the stone. And worst case scenario, if in a couple of years we do want to upgrade the shower, we can do that and just add more stone, or maybe do like a concrete shower or something. Okay, so I want to show you how this rock wall is looking, but the only light that we have in here right now is the fan, so excuse the noise. Now this is going to look a lot better once we get grout in all of these cracks, and we also have to paint on the sealer. So once these rocks have that sealer on them, they are going to change color a little bit, so stay tuned to see what it will look like at the very end. But we love how it's looking so far. It looks really neat up against that wood, and he also wants to do a little wood ledge in this window, and then we'll have a light fixture here and a little mirror, and then of course we still have to install the sink and the faucet, but just going to wait to install that until we get all of this grout completed. This is going to be a huge job. We're both basically just going to have to put on gloves and use our fingers to just work that grout into every single crack. Now once all of that is done, we're going to start working on these walls. We have a lot of patching to do, but right now we're trying to decide if we want to do wallpaper, but I'm either going to do a wallpaper with a texture, or I would do a wallpaper that has a lime wash look to it, or I would just actually take paint and lime wash these walls myself. We'll decide between those two options this week and then start completely finishing this bathroom. You may have some doubts at this stage, but it's gonna be awesome in the end. Stay tuned to see the final reveal. So in part 3, we will be completely finishing this bathroom, completely finishing the stone, adding a light fixture, a mirror, the sink, the faucet, decor, a shower curtain, doing a lime wash or wallpaper on the walls, just completely finishing the space. So stay tuned for all of that and the final reveal in part 3 of this bathroom makeover. And thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next week on Tuesday with a new video. Bye.